This is Jon Snow speaking. I'm the proclaimed King of the North and requests counsel with his loyal underlings. 10,000 subscribers before the sun sets. That's all I ask. Choose your side wisely, because you'll either be a bastard or one of us. This video is going to show you yet another solo GM, but this time on a prismatic build, as we have showcased all arc clears this week on all classes. So obviously we know it's Hypernet, Arc Surge, Void Surge, champions are Overload and Unstoppable, Arc Threat is on, right, not difficult modifiers, but let's talk about what I used. Before I do tell you about my build, the build that I wanted to do today is bugged. Second of the filaments is bugged and does not work properly when you use your Empowering Rift. They have not fixed it. It's still bugged. So I don't recommend it, because on that basis, if Devour doesn't proc, you could die because of it. So just hang fire with that build until Bungie fixes it. They need to fix it again. It's not working. Right, let's talk about what we actually did. Weapon-wise, Riptide, Luminarch, and Retrofit Escapade. We are so back with this weapon. We are so back with this weapon. Any Void weapons at all are very good, but in particular, Retrofit's very good on this build. Is it an old-fashioned weapon? Yes, but this idea isn't old-fashioned. It's actually a new idea with the way I use the machine gun in this run. Artifact mods are on screen, pretty standard, right? Volatile Marksman, Particle Reconstruction, all that sort of stuff. So the build: Song of Flame, Heal and Rift, Arcane Needle, Storm Grenade, Feed the Void, and a Lightning Surge, a mini Lightning Surge build is on this. Just to see how Lightning Surge is. Fragments was Facet of Dawn, Balance, Hope, Protection, and Dominance. Remember, Dominance will work with your Storm Grenade and Transcendence. I repeat, it works with a Transcendence Grenade because it's a Void Grenade. It's also a Stasis Grenade. So you can get an extra debuff there is what I'm trying to tell you. We use the exotic class item, Spirit of Inmost Light, Spirit of Symphoseps, with a Lightning Surge build. Told you the weapons. These are the mods on screen. Not that important. The only thing I would say is having a holster mod on when you're using an LMG without auto and holster is very good. Sorry, this perk here. So Void holster, any holster mods that you've got to match a machine gun is always beneficial in solo GM environment. So yeah, that's literally everything. Anything else? I guess Void Resist, Concussive Dampener, and Arc Resist is the absolute best resistance that you can use in this. Because the Void Orbs track you, you need to defend against that. Concussive Dampener helps you to stop being killed by the Void Orbs. This is very important. I had double outreach on the class piece. I used utility kickstart. I could have used melee kickstart, but it didn't matter either way. I was getting enough melees anyways, just because of the Inmost Light. So yeah, that's literally everything that we used in this run. So let's see how this Prismatic Lightning Surge build gets on in this GM. On the starting section, you can skip the first couple of ads. If you're low in level, I don't recommend it, but if you're 20, 30 or so, you can do this. So how this goes is that you do a melee at the stairs, you get Devour to proc. You then kill a couple of dogs on the way up, you'll get sniped, but look at this, you get Devour, and then you can just skip this section. It's a skip basically, but it's no big deal if you don't want to do it. Just clear the ads. It's not going to save you any time. It'll save you 45 seconds. That is it. Literally. Maybe a minute at best. That's all it's going to save you. Alright, look at Transcendence Energy. So Luminarch's very good on light energy, but we need dark energy. That's where Riptide Chill Clip comes in. We're going to get our darkness energy mainly from Riptide. And a couple of strand melees sometimes as well. So like I said, we're using a Lightning Surge build. If we want to play CQC on this section, CQC close quarters, you need to take out the free turrets. That allows you to push up. Okay, so now we can play more aggressive. That's what I'm wanting to do. Let's get a stun on this unstop. Boom with the Lightning Surge. Massive damage, but the champ is unstunned. That's fine though. We still haven't got Transcendence. Yeah, I don't end up popping it. The reason being is because I actually kill both unstops before I need to pop a Transcendence, so I'll just save it. There's no point in literally doing it, because look, the Vex are still fighting the Cabal, so I can literally just kill them. There we go. King of the North stun. The proclaimed King of the North there with the double unstop stun like it was nothing. And we can just pick up a relic and go and zoom away. We don't want to deal with all this. Again, if you just want to clear the ads, just clear the ads. No big deal. It doesn't really matter. You can farm orbs up, whatever you want. But I've got full super and full transcendence, so I don't need anything. And I haven't used much ammo. Just take note on how much times I spam retrofit and how much ammo I get out of it because of 4 times the charm. The damn gun holds 500, but it's not 500, is it? Because if you get a lot of fourth time procs on single target damage, your mag size is going to be huge. Now it's going to be different depending on how much crits you get. Okay, it's crit dependent, but once you set up and you do DPS, honestly, it's really good against the Torment. It's really good with Song of Flame on the Farmer boss. I'll talk about that when we get to it. Right, Torment is going to spawn in shortly. Top map control is very important on this. I've said this before. Take out the snipers on this cliff. Okay, the cliff that I'm on now, you need to make sure the ads are dead on this island. Then take out the remaining ads, any snipers, very important, any centurions. But what I'm going to do this entirely different. Because I've got a close quarter combat build on and I want to showcase it off to you as much as possible, I'm going to clear every single damn ad in this. There is a skip, and I've done the skip on my Titan. If you don't believe me, go and watch the Arc Titan run if you want to know about the skip. All the skip is, it just means you kill one less unstop than what I did. But I want to, for science, show this build off as much as possible, so I'm going to clear out every single damn ad. I'm going to pop a Transcendence and take them all out. Because the most important thing in this run is to demonstrate this build to you on how good it is. That's exactly what it's to do. Now remember, Tormentor is passive until you knock his shoulder pads off. So what you're going to do is not knock his shoulder pads off. Then I'm going to pop a Transcendence, get a Transcendence grenade in mid, and we'll get some... we're going to go round the map and lightning surge all the ads, which we're wiping them all out with one melee because of Symphoceps. Look at this. Watch the Tormentor though, he can suppress you, which he was close to doing that. We've still got a Transcendence grenade here, so we're going to use it. We'll get a stop on the Champ. There we go, massive damage. We avoided that attack off the Tormentor as well. That's why I backed up. I knew he was going to attack me. See, if you're going to play like this where you go CQC, you've really got to know your stuff then. Alright, so you want to have fun, you don't want to play from range too much. Alright, that's fine, I hear you. But then you've got to then study the ads then. It's not just a case of, well, I don't like you because you use a bow in GMs. I want you to play close. Alright then, you want to play close, but you've got to really know what you're playing at and how to manipulate Tormentor. See, look how we've manipulated him. We've cleared the entire room, shown off the build to you. And now, as a byproduct of what we've did, it's easy to DPS this Tormentor. Look at this. There's no nades, no snipers, no messing around with me. I can DPS this boss freely now. Look at this. Now we're going to do retrofit escapade things. Look at the amount of damage we are doing. We will try and proc Radiant as well with the melee. Remember on Prismatic, Radiant got nerfed by 5%, but it's not too much of a problem. It's still strong. So yeah, Radiant got nerfed. I think people missed that. It's on Weller Radiance it's 25. On Prismatic it's 20%. It's a little different. So look at this. We can keep DPSing this boss. We've got a super which I'm going to use as well. I'm trying to kite the boss to a good favorable position. You can do that on left side or right side, up to you. Ultimately though, you know, this is actually very good. The fact that we've cleared the entire battlefield, it just makes DPS easier. There's no stress at all. Not that there was anyways on my previous runs, especially on Titan, you can melt them. But I'm just saying, you know, the upside of clearing the ads, which that's what you're supposed to do, their ads. I know that there's a skip, but I'm playing the GM as it's intended. There's meant to be a second spawn. We'll kill the second spawn and the first spawn. Get our Radiant, do our retrofit. Look at the damage. This is massive damage. Look at that crazy damage, honestly. And we didn't get all our target lock stacks neither. Sometimes you've got to strafe and weave though. Sometimes you need to break target lock to strafe his attacks. So it's not just a case of, oh, get your target lock buffs. No. Manage your health as you damage him. And if you're in lower levels, you need to manage your health even more than what I did. Much more actually than what I did. All right, much more. So you need to be cross-eyed. I've said this, expert Destiny 2 players are cross-eyed. They keep an eye on their health and their radar, one eye, and the second eye is on combat. They're like a damn they're like an aviator pilot, aren't they? That's what they are. You've got to have multi-dexterous eyes where you're keeping an eye on two things. Like pretty much like what a PvP player does. They don't look at the gameplay, they look at their radar. Right? Like they wholeheartedly focus on their radar, not the gameplay. The gameplay is background noise for them. Alright, that's just an analogy for you. Same thing in PvE. Managing that HP whilst you're in combat is very critical. We've got a Hypernova here, look. Now, if you are within a 20 meter radius of the Hypernova, you need to kill him. If you're not in 20 meter radius, you don't. Look at this. Although if he'd set off, I wish he'd set off. If you set them off, they don't hurt you if you're outside a 20 meter radius. Hypernova banes are very easy in actual fact. And if it's too much of a problem to you, take them out with a machine gun. Machine guns melt them down before they can regen. Okay, so now we're doing retrofit stuff. We want to melt this boss down. Look at our ammo count. Despite we've used so much retrofit, we've still got 132. And I'm going to use more. I'm going to just go and smash all my ammo on this boss. Because we just want to get rid of him now. We're 8 minutes 30. Bear in mind, I've cleared out both waves, which generally people don't even do. Okay? So this build is really cooking right now. Like, this was so easy. So much easier than usual because there's no snipers when you're DPS and Tormentor. You don't need to worry about them. Because they're already dead in the previous phase, is the point. So yeah, this phase is basically done. Keep an eye on ammo drops. Do not go down the hole until you pick up all ammo from this room. Okay? Don't be frightened to spam ammo. Don't be frightened. Especially with a machine gun like this, you're going to get tons of ammo. And chill clip fusion, spam it. Because of Dreadful Finisher, you will get ammo back. And even if you don't finish, you'll get special ammo anyways. The amount of special ammo that drops in the game now is quite crazy. It's almost as if they buffed it. Look at this amount of special ammo I'm getting here. I didn't even do any finishes. So you can literally just spam special weapons back to back. It really is that way now. Alright, look at our ammo count now. Look at what we've done and look at where we are. 400 bullets, retrofit. But remember, it's not 400 bullets, is it? It's probably 500 or 600 bullets, technically. If you use it in a very particular way and you get your crits on champs and you get your crits on the torment and you get your crits on the boss, you can really make this weapon count for what it is. Honestly, it's a top contender. Right, void weapons are the best weapons this season because of volatile marksman, right? So if we're talking specifically about machine guns, you want to use void machine guns then. I know the arc machine gun's good, but because of volatile marksman, you want to use a void one this season. I know it's a shame. Watchful Eye, whatever it's called, is really good LMG. I showed you it the other day. But having thinking about it, no, you want to use a void LMG because the void mods are too good this season, alright? That's basically just how it is. So go check your void LMGs. Corrective Measure, Deepstone Crypt LMG, Hammerhead, etc. But if you want a DPS style LMG like this, which yes, it does exist and it does work because I'm showing you it in the run, then retrofit. So, yeah, we're going to go for this champ. Something weird happens to me here. Let's watch it together. Right, so the Unstartable's there. I fall down and then I'm like, what? And I'm like, what's going on, man? The champ just saw me just then. Where did he disappear to? What is this, X-Files? So I'm like, wait, has he fell off map? So I'm like, alright, I don't know what's going on here. And then this is how Destiny 2 can domino effect. Look, boom, trying to catch me off guard. I've got UI, I've got Ultra Instinct on, I'm good. But any other unsuspecting player would have been like, what is going on? And then they would die to that turn of events. That was weird, that. Now, yes, ads teleport and champs teleport, but that one in particular wasn't a teleport. That was like a interdimensional swap change, and then he come back later on. That wasn't just a TP, that was something else. I have never seen a champ do such things like this. Alright, this little bit here, we can go on the top platform and easily DPS the ads. Take out any Centurions because the Void Orbs hurt. They are the biggest threat in this, Void Orbs. Centurions are the danger. They definitely are the danger, especially at the boss fight. You need to be 100% prepared for it. Right, in the next section, you're just going to grab a relic, kill some ads, and take all of the blights out with a relic. Now, I watched Aztec yesterday solo this, and he was doing his build battle stuff. Fair play to him, because it's a very good idea. I don't know who come up with the idea, but if he did, he's a genius for doing that. So I'm by no means calling him. But when I watched his video, I was like... Not his video, his live stream. I was like, why is he playing such in a unorthodox way? He was using a couple of Warlock builds and stuff. I know he was on Titan and he was trying all day to solo this GM. But I noticed his positioning was way off. He was standing in the wrong spots. He just didn't know. And isn't it funny, like an expert player like Astacross is playing out of sync. I watched it. I was in his live stream yesterday. I went and watched him. He wasn't playing exactly where you should. And it got me thinking, like, because I was like, you know, here's me, a low-end content creator, trying my absolute best to tell people, look, this is exactly how you play. Very finite, very exact informations. And people are watching Astacross, however, how many thousands it was. They're all watching him and he's out of position. And so this isn't just Aztec, this is anybody. If I watch somebody's run and they're out of position, I will absolutely shake my head. Even if it's some of the best players in the world make this mistake, and so do I. Sometimes I'm out of position. But positioning for me is my speciality, and I know exactly when I'm watching someone's run, anybody's run, it's not just Aztec, it's everybody gets judged by me. Are they out of position? Have they done it correctly? And if it's no, why? Maybe because they're uninformed, maybe because they're not quite right with it. But what I'm saying is, for somebody of lesser skill, you can boost your skill by just standing in the right spot. Positioning is everything. And it's even more important on a CQC build, because you need to know that chaining of combat between melee to melee on what you're going to do. This is then now an advanced expert thing that you've got to master. So playing on your close quarter builds, you have to practice more with them if you're not used to them, is what I'm exactly saying. But even if you're not playing on a close quarter build, I saw Aztec yesterday. He was standing way out of position and dying. And it wasn't him and his skill, nothing to do with that. He's one of the best players, isn't he, really, technically? It was nothing to do with that. It was because he was out of position. And listen, it's not just Sir Aztec I'm going to critique, it's all of you as well. If you tell me, right, you're dying at the fire boss, I would then go through a root cause analysis with you. Why are you dying at the boss? Why is it? Where did you stand? And if you tell me one wrong piece of information, you say, oh, I stood on the far right, I done this. Immediately I would go to that and say, well, it's not you, it's where you're standing. You're standing in the totally wrong spot. You're not manipulating the ads properly. You're not doing the job properly. It's not your skill. It's not your get good thing. It's nothing to do with that. It's no, get smarter on your ad clear then. And get smarter on your ad spawns and ad manipulation. Which henceforth you're getting content like this, and you've had content like this for years, so there's no excuses. Unless you don't know who I am. If you don't know who I am, then that's fine. But I'm just saying, look, you know, we need to get back to strategy, good positioning, and you need to do that for every single GM. This is the end game. I know GMs are not as hard as what they used to be, but we want to strategize. Well, I at least want to strategize somewhere in the game, and this is pretty much the only place I can really do it. You know, dungeons not as much, because dungeons are more DPS related, more surge switches, whereas GMs, it's not about surge switching, it's about combat. It's about positioning and strategy, and it's about understanding the meta and whether you can find something secret in the meta as well. Okay, so those 3 overloads, we melted them with the relic. Just melt them with the relic. Get a stun with Luminarch and then melt. Now I'm trying to keep the relic as much as possible because I had an idea. Relic to get to the bridge and then take the snipers out with the relic. It worked to a little degree. Alright, I made the more... Like, let's have a look at what that cranium did there. It killed 3 overlords, nearly 2 snipers and a captain. That is nuts. And that's saved ammo. Look at my ammo count now because of cranium usage. So that's another thing. You've got to master craniums in this. Mastering craniums is the one. Now I'm going to play aggressive. I'm going to push up. Going to get a stun with chill clip. Chill clip Riptide. Look at the rate of fire. Deliverance would not have done favourable for me there. It would have been far too slow. When I need to be quick, I'll play quick. But I need the right tools to be quick. Alright, we get a Hypernova. Like, if a Hypernova is that close to you, you definitely do need to whip out the machine gun. Alright. Now we're going to do a little bit of melee in here. Lightning surges. Yeah, just taking out the ads. What time are we on now? 17 minutes. Bear in mind, if we'd done the skips, we'd probably be on about 14 minutes now. We spent an extra 3 minutes at the Tormentor phase showing you, the viewer, on how good Lightning Surge is. Right? So just bear that in mind. We're just melting this overload from a distance. Remember, you still get bolt charges on Prismatic. It's still quite noticeable, the bolt charges. Maybe not quite Warlock-esque. Arc Warlock-esque. But you still do get them. So you want to sort of think about your bolt charges as well when you go on Prismatic. Don't forget about them entirely. That's why Chill Clip will set them off. Volatile detonations with Avoid LMG will set them off as well. And Le Monarch will set them off. Every single weapon I have on will set off a ball charge. 50% rifts. You need to then rift behind cover like this. You're going to try and jolt them with a storm grenade. The ogre's in mid. If your ogre in mid is a drain, you need to really melt quick. One of the ogres could be a bane and he could be a drain one. If he is, you've really got to focus. But he wasn't for me. But it is a possibility. Just because you get a drain bane ogre doesn't mean you're going to die though. You won't. You've got cover. Positioning. See how we started those ogres exactly where a pillar was so that we can strafe left and right. It's basically plain PvP but in PvE. That is absolutely true now. Well, it has been for a long time. Always fight where cover is. When you go back into your passive stance, think about cover. When you go into your CQC mode, you then think about moment-to-moment gameplay where you're going to do your melee charges and timing them correctly. So you sort of, on this build, you can go back and forth between 2 playstyles. Passive with the Le Monarch, with the Heal and Rifts, and then full-on aggression with the Transcendence, or whether it might be a Song of Flame as well. Right, so I'm going to drop, we're going to, actually, no, I'll take the cranium with me. Yeah, so take a cranium with you if you can. It's going to help you out a little bit on Ag Clear, but if things go bad for you, either pop a Transcendence or a Song of Flame. We're going to show you how this turn of events happens. So first, pitch up at a Vex house, like this. And the boss does not know where you are. He is de-aggroed. He is not aggroed on you at all. He's confused. He's in the 4th dimension. We're playing hide and seek, but I'm not going to look for him. He's confused as hell. What do we do now? We use our expert positioning. And then we're going to wait for ads to come into play. No DPS to the boss. Leave him alone. Forget about him. Right, look. Storm Grenade goes in. Try and get some volatile detonations. Look at that damage. We're doing decent there, but Unstop's pushing. Pick up your Relic. Don't let it despawn. There we go. Get a stun. Relic damage. Beautiful. Unstop dealt with. Now there's some ads left, so we're going to... I don't know whether I pop Super or Transcendence. Let's see what I do. I think... No, I pop Transcendence. Because, oh, by the way, this is my plan B. This is the next Vex house. Call it Orchid Vex House Exhibit A house. Because that house, I'm being stupid, but I'm also being clever, because that platform on my left, the boss can't hit you. He can't hit you with his darkness walls. So we've got 2 perfect positions, right, with a plan A and a plan B. That's what makes that so damn good. Now look at this. We've got a debuff on dominance And then we pop super. Here we go. Look at DPS bar. Let's have a look at it. Target lock 4 times the charm. Target lock times 3 times 4 times 5. There we go. Look at the damage. We have to reload. That's really good damage against this boss. So the idea is we pop super, and then we have barrier LMG, which will kind of shoot through his shield. There's something weird going on about it. It looks like the volatile detonations are not piecing his shield, but the damage, the base damage of retrofit is. That's why I took overload LMG out of it. If you take overload LMG out of the equation, when you pop Song of Flame, you get barrier retrofit. That is the nature of this DPS. Alright, this was my... Before I'd done the run, I had an idea, I had an epiphany. I was like, you know what? What is a good way to easily DPS this boss? And I show you Izanagi's Burden, the other video. But I was like, let's take it a step further, because I'm going to do a Prismatic Warlock run. I'm going to be on Song of Flame. What weapon can I use as a barrier round weapon that's also sort of good on ag clear and single target damage? Well, that was retrofit. That's exactly what I'm doing here, look. It's doing sizable damage. It really is doing very good damage. Honestly, it's so good. Just being able to pop a Transcendence and then go ham with your LMG is really critical. It's really good. It's a good idea. Now, I used this idea, if you remember, with Microcosm for Lightblade. Now, I'll be doing some Microcosm things again this season when Overcharged Weapon is on. Right, let's hope we get Solar Surge is what I'm saying. Because if you get Solar Surge, you will overcharge Microcosm when you pop a Song of Flame in a GM that's Solar Surge. Because Microcosm's a kinetic weapon. And I shouldn't be telling you my secrets, but I'm telling you them, Anna. So when hopefully Solar Surge comes up this season. I bet it doesn't. I bet someone's going to tell me down below Solar Surge isn't up this season at all, ever. If that's the case, then my plan is sabotage, and I can't do anything about it. Alright, so look how quickly we done DPS there. Now we're going to push up, use a melee, get rid of the ads. Then we're going to pop a super. You know why? Because we don't need a super for anything for a bit. So let's just take care of these damn Minotaurs. We're going to kill 3 out of 4 Minotaurs. We're not going to kill the 4th Minotaur because that guy's our mate. Top left Minotaur is my mate, Jeff the Minotaur. He will fight for you all day. He's got dog on him. Right? He's also got a bit of drep with him with his void shield. The top left Minotaur, watch how the boss will not touch me at all. This is another advanced technique that you never saw yesterday either by anybody, of leaving the final Minotaur up, because look at the boss. He's having a dogfight right now with that Minotaur. So look at what I can do now. I can focus my entire room. I can get rid of the thrall, okay, by just doing this, using my melee. Also, hip fire against the thrall. It stops them from twitching a little bit. Only a little bit, though. Also, did you know that you can actually freeze a pummel Bane before he gets to you, even though it's immune damage? Yep, you can do that. If they're being a nuisance to you, freeze them, the pummels. Yeah, you can do that with Chill Clip. Riptide. Alright, look at that. Adds a clear special ammo. I'm now starting to think about heavy a little bit because I do want some. I end up getting enough ammo for the run, I can assure you that. I'm just checking all the Thrall are dead. Look at the dogfight them two are having. Look at it. This is advanced techniques. Right, we're going to take out all the blights apart from one. We're going to do our next special strategy. I'm like my videos are like a specialist cake shop. You know when you go into those specialist cake shops where they do cakes that other supermarkets don't do? That's exactly what my channel does. I make specialist cake videos where we're showing you specialist strats that aren't available anywhere else because we're a specialist shop. That's exactly what it is. We're doing the next advanced strat. It's going to be coming up in a minute. So don't skip because you're going to see it. Take out all blights apart from one that I didn't take out. Right, we need super energy. I haven't got hands on. Maybe that would have helped out a little bit, but I end up having my super every time I needed it. So I would say I didn't need it, but it would have been nice in this exact situation, I guess. But look, I end up getting my super anyways. You want your super for overload phase. I would recommend it. But you can kill with Transcendence, the overload that is. Look at super with 3/4. That's really good. Don't pick up any relics. Leave all relics on the floor. They will not disappear. You're going to use them for phase 2 damage. It's an entire setup. We are micromanaging the entire room. Not that it's hard to micromanage it. Once you know, but I'm just showing you that every little thing we are micromanaging, not picking up craniums. So there's going to be 4 craniums on the floor now, which is more than enough DPS to finish him in phase 2. Easily. Also, we're going to pop a damn Song of Flame because we want to. Right, here we go. Specialist Cake Strat, number 6. Step on the Vex roof. Then the boss now only targets your last known location. Look at that. We are showing you it working. Look at this. Look at the boss. He doesn't have a clue. So we have played him like a fiddle the entire run, and we're going to continue to do it. Okay, take the blight out. Don't pick up you don't need a cranium, you don't need one. Right, we're going to get a stun with Overload Grenade if we can. Pop a Song of Flame. We had a Pummel Bane, I used my super for that. Okay, that worked well. And we're just going to stun him with Chill Clip. Plus super. Then the roll of the half of the super left is to clear out all of the snipers. I just about do it. I just about clear out all the ads. And then Devour helps us, of course. And that's it, look, we're done. Now we want to do DPS and we want to get a super because we want to have fun with Retrofit again. We've only got 206 ammo, but is it 206 ammo though? We don't know exactly because of 4 times the charm. But we're going to get ammo back, aren't we? Because 4 times the charm, ammo comes from the Fin Air. It comes from the Fin Air. It doesn't pull from reserves. So look, there's a brick there. I missed that. So look, we're just DPSing with the cranium. What I like to do is oscillate. So what I'd like to do is start at the back of the map and go left, right, DPSing him whilst avoiding the void orbs. Look, that's exactly what we're doing, look. So we're taking a run up. We're doing hurdles in the Olympics. We're going left and right, do a bit of cranium DPS like this, then keep outstrafing him. Like this. Look at super energy. Boom, get it. That's it. Now we can have fun. I want to jolt him before I do DPS though. This will add damage to my Song of Flame Retrofit rotation. Here we go. I'm also poisoning. I'm also threading him, whatever you call it. Whatever the strand mat is called. I wish they would just call it poison. That would make it easy for me. Look, we jolt him. Super pop. Boom. Retrofit. Now he knocks me back a few times, but we end up getting it. There we go. Now we're set up. Here's the damage. Look at the damage at the bottom. Pretty good. We'll get a reload rather than use our super because oh no, we're using our super. I'm telling you a lie. We're telling you lies. But yeah, I just used the back end of my super for a melee and a grenade. Look at the damage we did there. We nearly done half HP to him there. That's a lot of damage. That's really good. And look at how easy it was. It's not just what it did, it's how easy it was to pull off. Now I pop a Transcendence here by accident, I think. But it's fine because the ads are about to spawn in, so I can make the best out of my Transcendence. So I popped it by accident, but I made the best of it. Look at this. We've still got it. We're going to take out an entire side of Minotaurs. Actually, nearly 3 Minotaurs. That's so good. The fact that I popped it at the wrong time, but I still made it work. That was good. Because Transcendence lasts that long. That's what I was meaning. Right, now, same thing. Jeff the Minotaur on top left. He's to be saved at all costs. This is not a solo anymore. I'm doing a illegal solo where I'm using a NPC enemy in my fire team. A bot. Yep, I've got a Minotaur bot in my fire team now. Wouldn't that be cool to do though? Wouldn't it be cool that you could have PvE AI allies in your fire team? Pretty much like what Call of Duty Zombies did. When you could have a PvE AI ally in you. I'm just saying, just imagine like having a fallen ally PvE AI enemy in your team. So you could pick solo or fire team with AI. That would be D3 stuff. But you could pick a damn fallen guy or Minotaur to fight with you. And you could sort out his loadout and equip him with a different gun. Give the Minotaur perks and all this sort of stuff. That would be D3 stuff though. I'm talking a ways. Although we should have got D3 by now anyways. It's 2025. It's 2025. Why have we not got D3? What's that about? We will eventually get it, I reckon, but it'll be like 2027 and they'll change their mind on it all. Trust it'll end up happening. You know why it'll end up happening? Because it's too popular. If you don't believe it's that popular, why don't you go and check the Heresy numbers then? Because I know on the first day of Heresy, the daily player login for the first day of Heresy was 750,000. That is a lot of players for a season launch. Do you realise how important that is? So we can estimate that when Apollo launches in June, July, whenever that is, you will definitely get 1.5 million logins for that day. Maybe more. See, the thing about Destiny is yes, it's bad at times. But everybody's under the preposition that, what if Destiny does cook though? I'm going to go on just in case. So people will log on anyways, just to see if it does. And if it doesn't cook, that's fine. They'll forget about it and they'll check it on the next launch. Because it has the greatest potential of any other video game ever. Right? Literally on the market, Destiny has the highest potential ever. It's underutilized. They don't do things. Bungie won't do it. They won't do everything that we want. But if they did, it would be the best game of the last 10 years. But it isn't because of the limitations of money, I guess. You know, but I'm just saying that even though Destiny 2 is unpopular, it's kind of popular as well still, because people will still pick up the game to try it just in case it might cook. And if it doesn't cook, what they'll end up saying is, oh, it hasn't done well. Let me go back to my Marvel Rivals then. Oh, we'll try it again in July. So there's always those players that aren't playing, but they're on the back burner to play. And those players, you know, they're always going to maybe try it again. I'm just saying that, you know, launches, the numbers for D2 on a launch basis are really high compared to other games. But look at that, we're just grabbing craniums, getting our super, because I want to retrofit him down. I don't want to cranium down. Well, I do want to cranium him, but I want to do it to get my super. Look at the damage we did there. Also, by the way, you can actually buff your cranium with Radiant. Isn't that kind of crazy? You can actually proc Radiant and buff the cranium. That's kind of good. It's hard to pull off though sometimes with the boss. If your needle hits this shield, it won't count as Radiant. Look at this though. We have our super. Boss is weak. We're going to go to mid. We're going to pop super. 426 ammo for retrofit. We're just going to kill him. Look at the damage. I highly recommend Retrofit Escapade for this season. It's going to be a meta-defining LMG for this season, even though it's an old weapon. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.